With each passing day, commuters and drivers are paying the price for government's inaction. Welcome to the Pokuase-Nsawam stretch, where driving is a nightmare for drivers and commuters, and where every bump feels like a gamble with your vehicle's safety. This stretch has been under construction for years, yet today, the contractor is nowhere in sight. The result? An obstacle course of potholes, forcing drivers to crawl bumper to bumper, twisting and turning just to stay on four wheels. On our visit, more than 20 vehicles were seen broken down in the middle of the road. Here lies another broken down car, and another, and another. Darko Foster was heading to the eastern region when his car skidded dangerously close to tipping over.
I didn't know where to pass. I lost traction. The next thing I realized, the vehicle was skidding, and there were people in the car, and no one is willing to help.
His passenger, Mary Owusu, had bought goods in Accra to sell back home. Now, they sit drenched and ruined.
The car has been stuck here since 12. There is mud in my goods and everything I bought to sell is destroyed. I lost my money today.
While we were here, an STC bus got stuck. It was the second one that day in the same area. The driver, John Ate, is now visibly frustrated.
A state bus, a whole state bus. Look at the situation in which it is.
This is a state bus. Now see where we are. Government must fix the road. The road is very bad.
But how bad is the road?
Road in there very bad, very bad, bad. Beyond bad, beyond bad.
Commercial buses are cashing in. A journey from Pokuase to Amasaman, once 5 cedis, now cost 10. Janet Morte says it is broad day thievery.
If you don't have 10 cedis, you can't move from here to Media.
Some drivers even stop mid-route, forcing passengers to pay again before continuing.
Kwabenya, I am heading to Sapeman, and I had to pay another fare to continue.
Frustrated, the GPRTU and GRTCC have announced plans to demonstrate over the bad road. Residents and commuters have endorsed it.
Of course, why won't I join? Because it's really now, kids are not able to use this road anymore.
The Amasaman Road is a critical stretch for trade and commerce, but the current state is crippling the economy and affecting lives. The government must take immediate action to address the situation and complete the road project. Until then, every journey here will remain a gamble. For JoyNews, Michael Ashali and Anthony Menu.
Well, we cannot hear from the project manager, Engineer Awukwasari, who assures the project should be completed in 9 months.
And the man is not going to take a lot of time. Between 2 and 3 weeks, we must be done with the basic maintenance, and that is filling and grading of the road up to Nsawam. But I said we started on Saturday. Within 2 and 3 weeks, we must be clear.
How about the major road? How many months or years are you going to spend in a construction?
Yeah, we have up to May 2026 to complete. And if there are any snacks, we will definitely ask for extension. And I'm telling you one snack. It's going to take us about 7 months to complete the interchange. But now, if the compensation is done and we are going to count another 3 months up to November, it means we are going to start from November. Then November up to May is about 7 months. We wouldn't have completed the top. Then so there will be a basis to ask for any extension if it comes like that. Talking about this compensation, there are some individuals who have sent us to court, but they wanted to even put an injunction on the construction works. But we just had a letter from the engineer, that is Highway Authority, that the court didn't grant. So we can go ahead and do the demolitions and complete. So that challenge is there. There are also some electricity lines and water lines in the right of way. They have all encroached in their right of way, and it shouldn't have happened like that.
Well, the contractor is back on site now, and as work has begun, my colleague Michael Shalley went back to do some checks and joins us with details. What is the state of affairs on that particular road?
Oh, so let's start from what we know, that because some money has been released, they've gone back to site, and they are immediately tackling some of the places that you saw us highlight in our report, especially when you leave Amasaman just before you are getting to Satellite. The road gets terrible, and that portion of the road, I can confirm that has not been worked on. In fact, if you see some of the visuals that we have in our library now, we have even put together some of them, the before and after of some portions of the road. When you get to Satellite, for instance, that you had the muddy pool of water sitting in the middle of it, that too now has been a bit rectified. I mean, they've diverted the road so that drivers don't have to necessarily ply the muddy pool, but they've also rerouted it not to the most or the best of conditions, but far better than what used to be just days ago when we went there. And these two portions, you would see actively heavy machines on site at the moment working to try and level off the place. We are told at least that in 6 weeks, it's going to be far better road. And in some portions, in fact, you see asphalt being put on the road. In just 6 weeks, between now and 6 weeks, you see some of these improvements on the road. For residents, for drivers, and motorists that we've been speaking to, they tell us that, well, it's a terrible situation to have to deal with every day. Seeing the contractor, they are happy, but they will not call on GPRT or any other group to call off their strike just yet. They want to monitor the situation. Well, their concerns be immediately addressed, then they will decide on what to do with the demonstration. So you can see there in some of your shots there what really we've been dealing with there.
Right.
These are some of the old visuals. So this area, this pit, for instance, has been worked on. This stretch that you are seeing currently again has also been worked on. This ditches around this place, right from where they are, that is exactly where the contractor has also started some work doing the leveling of that place. But we can listen to some of the residents who have been speaking to, who tell us that, well, they're happy, but they want the work to be fast-tracked. Right. At least that, I don't think that can happen, though. We can listen to them.
Right.
Pokuase-Nsawam Road is very terrible. And then the news that we are hearing and the politics they are making over this road is very terrible. But we are calling to the authorities to at least get either dozer or to come and just stretch the road for us. We are suffering, very suffering.
I mean, how are you suffering?
Because we can't come out if it rains. Just a very small downpour, we can't come out. The road become very flooded.
I didn't know contractor and Yaman Kwanso and Yokon Hasina. Oja Kwana tour, I also a Kazaka. Oh, so about the area there. It didn't says so about no I said the area there. But I'm not for who are Kwanso.
When they are my brother Bakobe Juma Searchlight, I say. Now, yeah, Bano, yeah, cross so quan, baby, a fire, say 1 year. I'm Quanin Yentin, I'm in Pabua in our crowd, and I'll be rat at him.